After David displayed his skill and his power together with God, he is being recognized by everybody. So he becomes famous, and Saul tries to understand who David is, and he keeps him in his palace. Though because of David killing this Goliath, Saul's kingdom is victorious, there is something else coming out of it. Saul becomes envious. Saul becomes jealous. Because all these women, while appreciating or maybe singing songs and welcoming them, they started to attribute more appreciation to David than to Saul. And Saul started to wonder, what's happening? And he plans to kill David. Now this envy, jealousy can very well come in our lives. Though it was David who made Saul victorious, it is David, his success, his great work, his trust in God also makes the same Saul envious and jealous. Now if your value of life, if your greatness depends on someone else's appreciation and someone else's critic, you are being swayed by someone else. You are not really working yourself. You are working based on how others want to say to you, how others want to lift you up or put you down. Surely, for artificial and fake greatness, you do depend on someone else. And that's what happens in most of our setting, especially when it comes to the leadership, government, politicians. You get attributes of the appreciation which is not yours. Someone else have slogged, someone else have worked. Your life, your action should not depend on someone's stamp. Only if they stamp that you are being acknowledged and recognized. It's not they and the people around you who should lead you, but it should be your heart and your will. You know what you are doing is right, and you do not for their appreciation and not for their critics. You do it for yourself, for your heart's prompting, and for the God who inspires you. No doubt there could be temptation all the time to see only to a human level. Appreciation, critics, yes, it helps you. It helps you to be a better person. You are being recognized, you feel better. And as a human person, those feelings are good. And that is what I meant to say. You should not live your life only at that human feeling level. You do something because God wants you to do. You do something because the innermost, deeper spirit in you asks you to do that. When you wish to take more credit than what you deserve and what is due to you, you can also get desperate. Here it was Saul who did not deserve any credit and yet gets upset because others appreciated David more. And even if it matters that credit is due to you, you deserve the credit, and there is not enough of credit given to you, why should you get discouraged? Why should you get demoralized? Why should you lose your vigor? You should understand that you have done something based on your heart, based on your real self, based on God's prompting, and you have worked right. At the same time, please take note, sometimes the appreciation, sometimes the critics do help us, but we need to evaluate, we need to reflect on it, whether it's right, whether it's true. If it is true, go ahead. If it is not matching your life, keep it aside and still move forward.